I was just rewatching a video I recorded yesterday where these two anonymous people in my I have like that TV chat room, and they were guests, and obviously they were just saying a bunch of things, and it said, "So why did Pink Panda have you arrested?" Pink Panda was her screen name, her handle. I have like that TV still is Pink Panda 80 actually. Her real name was Cynthia Sears. Her husband's name was Mays, but a couple years ago, I think it was like 2019. I went over there and I was very much into drinking. Like I remember driving over. So I hope I get the fast have a beer. It was like a craving I had, and I spent like a weekend there, and we had a sexual thing in my car, but was anything that. And the next day, I think I was gonna leave for New Jersey, stuff like that. Let me see. Yeah, and I was gonna leave for Jersey, and her brother came over, and her brother's name is I said Justin. I almost said Dustin. Justin, and he's like, oh, he was very like a silent talker, but it was just odd. It was like he came over, he wanted to talk to me about his. He said he wants to talk to me about his charger he bought or over internet and how it wasn't it was like the same ones I have, but it has a cable. He didn't know that. But it was like what does that have to do with anything? And there was a police officer in the back, and he was just walking around. I'm like, are they messing with me or something? Like something happened, and even the cop, and I'm not aware about it. You know, Cynthia's their neighbor. She was a big, stocky female. I believe, she had two daughters, something like. I never really met her. On that weekend, I believe, but maybe it was. She was. It was that weekend. I was drinking, standing by the garbage can, and I was just experiencing some form of like communication. It was like my mentality was breaking down. I was actually. I had these thoughts, repeating thoughts in my mind, and I was just, for lack of a better word, I was I don't want to say it was playing with them. That's a cheap word. Who knows how anyone will take it? But it was like a repression issue I was experiencing. It was a traumatic experience, and I was just going along with it, like memories, thoughts from the past, and I was just reliving them. You know, and her neighbor walked down, and I just the first time, only time I think I ever saw her, and she just looked at me. She was just like, bothered. She was just angry, like. I would drink beers by this garbage can. I threw the bottles in there. Later on, I went and I cleaned up the cigarette butts because that's when I used to smoke cigarettes. But you know, Cynthia told me prior to that her neighbor like stabbed her with a pen weeks ago, months ago, and it was she was like abusing her or something like that, and she actually had a fight with her, and I told her call the police then, and she Cynthia, Pink Panda is, she did, but they came here and they didn't write a report, they just dismissed it, something like that, you know. So it's like I didn't know. I didn't know what to do. Cynthia back then was getting harassed by the people that she called the freaks. It was just the people from like the internet, and they were just supposedly like drug dealers or something like that. I even talked to her neighbors. I thought they were neighbors just hanging out. These black dudes, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know if they were in on it. They were just standing around. She's like, oh, she was actually Cynthia back then was trying to like set me up or something. She thought I was gonna get angry at these guys, and she was like, oh, every time they come out, they whistle and this like a cat call, they harass her, and it was just like I don't think I believed it. So I think that was that week I talked to them, and it was just like nothing went there, nothing happened. And then with her so-called neighbor, this big gigantic female, you know, um, there was something else that happened. I think it was her neighbor. I don't know how, because I was never over her house. I don't know if Cindy or her neighbor took my phone, and for weeks, an order from Chewy.com went to Cynthia's house. They sent like a litter and like a spray or something like that. Medicine was like $70 or $80. And every like a month it was getting sent. I even had to cancel my credit card because of that. It's like yeah, it's someone actually if someone takes your cell phone with that order, they could put a different address, something like that. It was so fucking odd and bizarre. You know, yeah, Cynthia over there. It was a money thing. I was sending her money every month, and then she pretended like never happened. Time went by. I actually went home, and Cynthia, Pink Panda over there, on Skype call. We were talking, and she was saying she's gonna send me up for prison. And her and this other person, Danielle underscore CA, Danielle Corcoran from Canada, they were just on Ivango laughing about it. And I was just like perplexed. I was like, what the hell are you doing? Because all this time she's saying those people harassing her, this and the other thing, and then she started blaming on me that I'm the one that was paying those people for trying to harass her and get her hurt. Like, why would I do that? It's just so ridiculous. And all of a sudden, it's like in that moment, when her brother came over and started talking, it's like he was trying to distract me. Like he was talking to me, but there's something else going on in the back. Then I figured out, and he was just talking about random stuff that I didn't care about. So whoever was like, if the cop came or something, they probably saw him, my brother talking to me, like, oh, he's probably talking about something that's going on, which was nothing at all. That's how I took it. Then on a drive, I drove to Jersey. There was something odd going on. There was like a cop car, and I guess I pulled over. I just don't remember. It was just like something weird, something odd. I'm not the one that told people to harass her. I'm the one that stood up against that. So it was very odd and bizarre. And then these two guests, one of them at least, he started saying that I did something to her kids, and then Pink Panther had me arrested. You know? I mean, people go out there and repeat lies. Like I years ago said, I hate how I spent like 4 years in jail for what, abusing females, abusing Pink Panther. It's like these people just they lie and they make these things up. It's like it is character defamation, but a lot of them just want me to set me up for something. Like they worship that. They're just they can't wait to get me in jail and prison for something I didn't do. And it gets beyond annoying. It gets beyond annoying. But at the same time, I feel no fear. Like, why should I be scared? I mean, yeah, for years prior to this, yeah, I felt fear because not too many people talked about it. It was just a sense, and even on other video chats like Blog TV, I experienced that too. Like a lot of people just, they wanted me to set me up for something I didn't do. It wasn't paranoia; it was justifiable. I had reasons to believe that it was a reality.